Hello, Test Pilot Monkey here, and today we're going to be going into the end to fight the boss. You can see here I've got my full iron armor on and a few other bits of kit. I've set up a little base station here just in case I die, and we're going to jump into the portal. Now all this has been pre-recorded, and you can see I've played with the gamma settings on this to turn the brightness up a little bit. Now we spawn on this little island away from the mainland. It doesn't always happen, but it happened here. And we've got to shoot at these little crystals on top of here. Well, we've got to break them. The best way to do that is to shoot at them. And there's loads of these pillars all over the place, and we've got to shoot them all because those pillars recharge the boss's health. And obviously that's not something we really want to be happening. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to get to the to the mainland here, and good old dirt bridge will do the job for us. So I'll make my way over there, and when we get over there, well, I could have built a bridge with the dirt up there, but I decided instead to use the pickaxe to take some of this end stone, it's called, out of the wall so we can climb up onto the main island. And as we get up here, we'll notice that the main island is absolutely teeming with Endermen. Yes, and so that makes it quite dangerous to really look anywhere, and so we keep our crosshair well out of the way of anybody. But of course, to shoot these, we've got to lift up, and we may accidentally have one stray over one of the Endermen. And obviously, as I said, they don't like being looked at. They're a little bit shy in that respect, so wow. I can understand. You don't want to be stared at by a weird guy, do you? So, okay. Yeah, this is part one of the boss fight. We destroy all these crystals atop of these obsidian pillars. And when they do get destroyed, they explode, as you can see there. And as I said, that's the little recharging beam from the crystal up to the Enderdragon, it's called. And, oh, there he is. Come to say hello, and come to take a heck of a lot of life out of us. Obviously, that's not something we really want him to do. Or here, I don't know. It's not specified on the gender, I don't think. Anyhow, as you can see, we could take a little bit of health out of the boss, but it would end up... Here we go. Take some health out of the boss, and then it's recharged now. So yeah, we have to take out those towers, or we need to attack the boss really quickly, which is not really very possible if he's flying, or he or she's flying around like that. So yeah, I mean, this is archery practice, really. It's quite difficult if you're not as much of a pro shot at the whole thing. I'm not obviously very good at the whole thing. So, and it's quite easy to miss a lot of these pillars around the place because there's well, the render distance of the land isn't very large, so it's very easy to miss things. You have to make sure you walk around the whole thing and keep an eye out. And obviously, if you're fighting the boss and his health starts recharging, then you know there's a crystal that you haven't got. And I think my crosshair might have just floated over an Enderman there. Obviously, that's a very bad thing. You see out of the corner of my eye, yep, there he is. Not very happy at all. So obviously, you have to, when that happens, you have to deal with them. And yeah, upon a kind of step like that, they seem to have some kind of problems attacking you. So that's a slight tip I could give you on the whole thing. So yeah, Enderdragon comes down to say hello. Hello. Do you want to play? No, I want to slay. Sorry. Quite. Right, okay, so this is basically the way it goes. You have to use your, hopefully, plentiful amount of arrows that you've amassed throughout the whole game to destroy these crystals. And, well, there is another way to deal with them, but it's a kind of dangerous way to deal with them, and I'll be showing that here in a bit. It's not really very advised, but if you've got no other options, then there might only be this chance. Oh, look, a big group of Endermen here. Keep the cursor up. out of the way. Away from them, yeah. See, that one's very, very high up. And obviously, you've got to kind of conserve your arrows for the boss. Because if you use up all your arrows while shooting at these crystals, then you've only got your sword to try and attack it with. And it can be a little bit dangerous there as well. So yeah, this is a very, very bad idea. Because, well, you'll see. Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Enderdragon. How very nice of you to knock me off there. Well, let's go up the other side and see if we can get it from here. People who are any good at judging heights and counting what I've got in my inventory will notice that I haven't got quite enough blocks to get up to the top here, so I have to get a few more there. And yep, still a way off. Keep climbing, keep jumping, and here we go. And this is why you don't want to take them out right close up. Yeah, that hurts. And this is why you don't want to get knocked off the top by the Enderdragon. Very bad idea. So basically, I've lost all that stuff which I was carrying. Well, I could go in and pick it up, but that would, you know, I would need to find it and not get killed doing it. It's not too much of a trouble, but I decided to keep a few things in my chest here. So we're going to go back in and see what we can do with this Enderdragon. Fortunately, our bridge is still there because, as you may have noticed, the Enderdragon goes through blocks. He won't destroy the end stone, he won't destroy the obsidian, but if he touches any other blocks, like the dirt bridge there, they'll get destroyed. And yes, we have to have the bed outside of the end, because otherwise it'll blow up, apparently. I haven't tried it myself, but if you do that in the nether, it blows up, so apparently it does the same here. And so there's no way out of the end unless you die, as I've shown, or unless you kill the Enderdragon, which I obviously haven't shown at the moment. And oh dear, I've enraged quite a few Endermen here. They're not very happy with me, and they're expressing that anger quite well. So at this point, I've got no armor, I've got no other stuff, and I'm saying, oh well, I'm fed up of this now. I'm going to cheat. Yeah. So what I do is I load with creative mode. And this is a different seed, so it's a different map, and it spawns me inside this little box inside the island. And in creative mode, it gives you tools for creating things, obviously, which is, you know, you can break blocks instantly, and you can fly around. And a nice thing also, it gives you infinite arrows. So this is going to make this a little bit easier. Oh, yes, and you don't have any health, so that makes it quite a lot easier. So you see, if you've got a nice angle on these crystals, then you can take them out quite easily, really. Just being on the floor, it's a bit of a pain, and unless there's a method of flying added to the game, then this isn't really going to be, you know, appropriate for the survival game mode. So yeah, well, basically the rest of this video plays out as me killing the Enderdragon in creative mode, basically cheating, but, you know, getting the job done and showing you, you know, what happens at the end. So I'll, you know, stop talking in a bit, and then you can watch the rest of it if you want to, or you can skip to the end. But basically what happens is, when you kill the dragon, there's a bit of a light show, and then a fountain appears on the ground, and it's not got water in, it's got a portal back to the overworld, which is convenient. And then it's also got a dragon egg on it, and that's kind of a mysterious item at the moment. There hasn't been revealed what it's for, if it's for anything. Also, when the Ender Dragon dies, it spews out a lot of experience orbs, so you can get a lot of experience from that. And one thing I haven't shown you in this is the enchanting. That's what you get the experience for. You may have noticed a bar above my hot bar at the bottom. It's not on this creative mode, but there is a little hot bar, and it shows a little thing, a little meter going up, and then there's a number above it to show how many times it's gone up. that number is your level. And you can use that to get enchantments on your various weapons and armor and stuff like that. And it may make this a little bit easier. I mean, there's one called Infinity for the bow, which obviously gives you infinite arrows, which would be, as I said, quite handy for this kind of fight. So there's that. There's the potion making that I haven't shown you, or brewing, whatever you want to call it. And that requires going into the Nether Fortress and finding some Nether Wart, which I haven't shown you. And you can get things which gives you instant health and speeds you up, which may be useful in this kind of fight, maybe, depending on how you like to fight this Enderdragon. But nothing quite as convenient as flying around. So, also at the end there's some kind of long written thing which I've cut out of this because I'm not a fan of it, really. It's rather too... what's the word? Pretentious, really. But, plenty of people have mentioned about the ending, and if you really want to see the whole script of this thing, I'm sure you can find another video of it. And, this is the end of this little Minecraft mini-series, and if you want to see more things, just say, hey, you haven't shown me this, that, or the other, and I might get on it. Yes. But for now, this is Test by the Monkey, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.